Hi everyone, in today's video we will show you Firebase Studio, which is actually an alternative of Lovable AI, Bolt.new, Bolt.diy, and many other similar V0. Basically, this tool has been built by Google. Is a tool we were waiting for a long time, and now it's finally here. What can do this tool? First of all, it can build full stack web applications. You can import project from source control and local archive to it, and it will work with it to build new stuff. Quick project setup with built-in template and sample. Rapid natural language prototyping, quindi poi you can talk in English and it will just understand what to do. Always available AI assistance from Gemini in Firebase, so basically you can use Gemini as AI. Familiar with highly customizable development environment, so it understands very well the Google Cloud environment, and it runs on a virtual machine, the project. Built-in tools, emulators, and deployments with the Firebase and Google Cloud integration. Sounds very interesting and promising. Let's see if this will deliver to what they say. Obviously, we have a very high requirement on a tool made by Google and using Firebase. Firebase is used by many companies for many reasons, and also for the database. It's basically used by many companies, and it's very comfortable to have Firebase Studio. So how to access Firebase Studio is from the website that we see here. As you see here, if you go to studio.firebase.google.com, then you get to this page. This page, it looks kind of lovable if you're familiar with or about that new interface where you can write the prompt here, you can attach files, but interestingly, you can also attach workspaces, import repositories from GitHub, but also you can choose what framework to use. This is something I haven't seen using. I haven't seen it done on other platform. I think it's actually interesting UI to show. For example, if I wanted to do a Next.js project, I will just click to this project, then create a name workspace. What we want to build, let's say we want to build a weather generation in for the cities of Italy. Let's say this. Where the generator. I have no in mind yet how we will build it, but so you can write the title. We'll use TypeScript. Okay, use lint. Let's not use it. Use Tailwind, UpRouter. Let's use all of them. Let's create is setting up the workspace on the fly with the selection, all the command required. This is a Next.js application, and it is building a project already setting it up. Here we go. We have the full project set up right here. So now we have also the terminal, the task executing already. I'm not touching, I'm not doing anything. It's just continuing to build. Interesting the way it is. I like the graphic a lot. Very clean, very beautiful. Installing all the libraries. This is something I would do. It will take time to me to do. It's doing all autonomously. I didn't write still a prompt to tell the app exactly what to do about the weather app. I just wrote a title. So I'm expecting at a certain point I will be able to write it and give it as an instruction. We'll come back as soon as it finishes to load and do all the installation. Probably right now it's just setting up all the environment and the project. Another interesting thing is that now is showing a web interface, probably showing what it has built so far. And here we have the a web interface showing probably with what has been built. Okay, we have, for example, probably a default application of Next.js, and we have another page which is basically where you can write a prompt. For example, we can write here that we want to build a web which scrape the weather for the current week of the Apulia region of Italy. Okay, let's see what it can do with this. Something very simple, and that's it. Nothing else. We'll check later if we want to customize it. What I like a lot more than other competitors is the graphic, the way you can choose the technology to use at the beginning within the UI, and the fact that when once it builds the application, the setup, automatically you have this interface showing this way. Also, the graphic is really really good. It looks like Visual Studio Code interface. By the way, we're getting an error here, inter error occurred, which which is not correct. And let's try to generate it again, and let's see what happens. Again, an error. What is happening is something I really am curious. Where I can check what error happened. What is this? This is the setting. This the AI license log, split editor, which we will not do it now. In the meantime, let's give another try. It's giving errors. Probably something related. It requires some API, which we didn't set probably. Thought it would use Gemini. It would be good. Here, for example, I would expect a message that tells me what problem is happening so that I could solve it. Internal error occurred. Let's change the model. Okay, now we're getting the probably hint of what is the problem. Get a Gemini API key. Let's see what else you can use. Custom model ID. Okay, I'll do this. I will check I will add the API key and then we'll be back. Okay, I have selected, I said inserted my API key. So we will ask the same question again and tempt our luck this time. Okay, things are working now. We can see that here it is requiring open weather map API key, which I simply don't want to. I don't want to use APIs. Well, I just say don't use APIs. Just create the web. Otherwise, I will have to use to create APIs, payments. It's not what I want to do now. I'm setting the commands as it asks me. For example, in this case, it's asking me to install as libraries, which I just accept. It's interesting that it asks me to create new files, but or to review. It's interesting because before making a change, I can review them. And it creates an environment. Localhost. Let's see the web how become if update automatically. It found an error and it seems like it's trying to fix it by itself. It has somehow the feeling of Replit, in my opinion. Even though which one of the two is better, I cannot say it right now. Because we're still at the beginning. We need to see what it develops. I notice maybe slightly slower than the Replit though. Replit seems a bit faster. I actually like it. By the way, Replit is understated. I think not many people are talking about it, but I really like it as a tool, AI coding tool. Very good alternative to Bolt, that new and lovable for vibe coding. Yes, as I say, one cons is it seems quite slow, definitely slower than our others, especially for an application that now is very, very small. I generally get responses much faster from the others. I'm not sure what is the reason. It's definitely a very, very new solution, so it's definitely something that will need to be assessed maybe in 1 month, in few months. I'm sure this will be becoming much better over time. But yes, I'm still waiting for the response. I'm not sure if it's actually doing anything at the moment. By the way, in the meantime, that continues. We can check if actually the commands are really like VS Code. It seems like it. I'm checking for MCP server. If we have the same extension, we have Klein. We can yes. I like a lot that you can install the extension in VS Code. I don't see integration of MCP server here as I see in VS Code. You can install the TypeScript extension. Let's do it actually. All within. It's like having VS Code inside Firebase. Interesting. You can basically develop inside Firebase. It's probably not using Gemini to hint the snippets. So if I write something, no, it's not advising it within, unless show code action. You can chat though with Gemini, starting like chat. Okay, you can use AI, but the advice I cannot hint if I can use AI to hint the next snippet. It doesn't hint by itself, which anyways is understandable. But I'm still waiting for the response. Overall, I'm not really impressed with what this can do because I'm still waiting for a basic application to show on my screen. npm run deb is taking ages to. I wrote a further message. Run the command again, executing the web, compiling. It's an error. Compile. It's basically already running into error. By the way, as you can see below the extension, there is like a icon of Firebase. When you click it, you get the home, the docs, the support, the full release note, weather generator, then the integration, the deploy to Cloud Run, add Gemini API. Basically, it kind of hint of what to do to use it. Even though I did in the setting, the adding of the Gemini API. I'm not getting any result. The vibe coding is not working. So to be honest, is failing. My expectations are failing for such a small scraping the data from the web. Something that Lovable and Ball.new could do easy. Guys, I think it's a fail. I will finish it here. Have you built anything that works better than this? I hope you can tell me in the comment. I did try with the to-do app. Probably if you try with the to-do app, that work. This example with this specific use case we tried to do, it doesn't work. By the way, this is Firebase Studio. I hope this showing it was useful for you. Let me know in the comment. Consider subscribe for videos similar to this. In this channel, we talk about AI. By the way, I'm Roberto Poscia, Q-engineer and AI enthusiast. Subscribe for more content and see you in the next video.